Hello and welcome to our story time today. We're diving into a classic fable, The Fox and the Crow. Let's see what lesson we can learn from these two clever creatures. One bright morning, a very hungry fox was trotting through the woods, his stomach rumbling and his eyes searching for a tasty meal. Suddenly, he looked up and saw a crow perched on the highest branch of a tall tree. And in her beak she held a big, delicious-looking piece of cheese. I just love cheese. The fox thought to himself, I think I've just found my breakfast. But ... how can I get it? The crow was so high up, and he couldn't climb the tree. He sat down and thought, and thought, and thought. Then a sly, clever idea popped into his head. I know, I'll make her talk. He positioned himself at the bottom of the tree, looked up with a friendly smile, and called out, Good morning, Miss Crow. It's a lovely day, isn't it? The crow looked down at the fox, but didn't make a sound. She was a cautious bird. I said, Good morning. The fox repeated, a little louder. Did you hear me? Perhaps you can't hear me all the way up there, ... The crow grew suspicious. She clutched the cheese even more tightly in her beak and remained silent. This isn't as easy as I thought, the fox muttered to himself. But he wasn't one to give up. He flashed his most charming smile. You know, he began, his voice dripping with admiration, you truly are the most beautiful bird I have ever seen. Your feathers are so black and shiny, your eyes are so bright and intelligent, and your beak is so ... perfectly pointy. Everything about you is just ... perfect. Still, the crow said nothing. She was flattered, but she wasn't foolish. So the fox decided to try his final, most cunning trick. Tell me, Miss Crow, he said, leaning in, is it true what they say? Is your voice as magnificent as your appearance? I've heard rumors that you have the most wonderful singing voice in the entire forest. Please sing just one song for me, just one note. Then I can tell everyone that you are, without a doubt, the most incredible bird of all, the true queen of all birds. Now, this was too much for the crow to resist. The thought of being called the queen of all birds, famous for her beautiful voice, made her heart swell with pride. She wanted everyone to know how special she was. She puffed out her chest, smiled a little smile, which then turned into a big, wide grin. She opened her beak wide to let out her most impressive, glorious song for the fox to hear. A-N-D plop. The moment her beak opened, the cheese dropped out. It tumbled down, and landed straight into the waiting mouth of the fox below. He swallowed it in one single, satisfying gulp. He exclaimed, licking his lips. He looked up at the stunned crow. Thank you for the delicious breakfast, Miss Crow. He laughed, and with a flick of his tail, he trotted away happily. Have a lovely day. And the poor crow was left on her branch with no cheese and a very important lesson learned. The moral of our story is to always beware of flatterers. When someone showers you with compliments, they often want something from you. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. See you next time.